That nigga to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk fight every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think, I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK, you solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And the lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorrow and I show her. She could never get a piece whole. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that big mug. And I say, if that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk fight every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think, I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UBK play for keys, nigga. Command to get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. They got popped off for a neck. If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk fight every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think, I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn whole ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Come on. That's not the screen. That's how we do the thumbnail, is it? Oh, no.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my accidents. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a no. It's a no. Payback is a no. It's a no. Payback is a no. It's a no. Payback is a no. It's a no.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity. Sick facility, hate disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a
What? We on there? Shine Christ. Give it a couple of minutes. All right, my son in Christ. Priest number 5,000, Shalai Yalo. I represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We've been banging this out since 1969. You know, letting the truth of the Bible out, letting all the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans know that they're the true chosen people of God. And of course, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
So, you know, today is a law class. And, you know, I want to make it perfectly clear what God we serve and what gods other people serve outside of this truth. You understand? There's only one way to serve this God, and that's with diligence and discipline and desire and dedication. You understand? That's the only way to serve this God. You have to learn how to be selfless when it comes to serving this God. You understand? It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about our feelings. It's not about our hopes and dreams. It's not about that. It's about doing the work. And where you land is where you land. You understand? Of course, a lot of pain out there, a lot of disappointment. There's a lot of things that go on in life that can get somebody down, get them out, get them depressed. They can suffer from anxiety. Could bring on a case of schizophrenia and everything else. There's a whole bunch of things out there that could destroy a person. You understand? Lack of money can really bother somebody. You understand? Lack of brotherhood, lack of sisterhood, lack of guidance, lack of attention. There's so many things out there that can trigger somebody into going in the wrong direction. And when I say trigger somebody going to the wrong direction, not necessarily going to a violent lifestyle or going to a lifestyle of drugs, but they can go to a life of Christianity. They can go to a life of Islam. They can go to a life of atheism. They can go to a life of Buddhism, Hinduism. You understand? They can go into a whole life of getting real deep into the yoga and starting to pray to these East Indian gods. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? They could turn to these things. They can start praising that marijuana. People love praising that marijuana.
Right.
A lot of Rastafarians smoke weed, and it gets them higher to the most high and all this other garbage that they may be spewing out. You understand? There's so many different ways that you can get, turned around and get involved with other types of lifestyles, meaning other types of gods. You understand? When the Israelite school of UPK, we serve one God and one God only. And that's the God of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's the God we serve.
That's right.
You understand? That's the God we serve in here. You understand? And it's not an easy thing, but it sure is a beautiful thing. You understand? It's a beautiful thing. You understand? I remember years ago, a captain had told me, Captain Shmawala to be exact, he had told me, Shalal Yala, you have to learn how to love pain. And at the time, I did not understand what he meant, but as time went on, I understood exactly what he meant. You understand? Pain is growth. And that's something that we definitely want to develop, being in these walls and being under this banner, is that pain is growth. I love pain just as much as I love pleasure. You understand? Because we serve a God that's always going to have our back. We serve a God that's going to give us the power we need to get through whatever we're going through, because he gave it to us. So obviously we can get through it. But for some that fall weak, start worshiping that Christian cross, worshiping Caesar Borgia, that Caucasian Jesus, as they call it, start worshiping that stone in Islam. You understand? Start doing all that garbage, burning sage and trying to get rid of the ghost and looking at horoscopes and trying to read the stars and all this other garbage. Got dream books. You dream of a fish. You run to the dream book and look up the number. Now you're gonna go to play the lotto. You're gonna give me $10 straight on 326. I had a dream of a dolphin. So all of that garbage. You know what I'm saying? Spraying that old Indian spray around your house with money blessings. You think you're gonna get some money. You understand what I'm saying? Because you spraying this incense around. I mean, listen, there's a whole bunch of garbage out there. So we're gonna go over a few things real quick. You see the title. This will be clear on who we serve. You understand? Do me a favor. Just check that door real quick. Look out there real quick. Just check that out. You understand? Just want to be clear. You understand who we serve and what we do. You understand? And not just what we do, but what you should do. You understand? Everything's too wild? You understand? You should just do what the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge do. That's what you should do. It'll save your life. Right. I'm telling you from experience, all right? Let's go into a few scriptures real quick, all right? Not going to hold you too long because you're not paying attention any goddamn way. So let's get into it real quick. We're going to start off with Exodus chapter 20 and verse 1.
Okay.
All right? And let's talk about the gods that you suckers out there serve. You understand? Let's talk about that. That you backbiting, low life, moist, tender suckers are serving out there. We're gonna talk to you about that. Let's get to it.
Come on, come. Exodus chapter 20, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And the Most High spake all these words, saying, verse 2.
You can read it as you see it.
Come on, come. Verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying,
Uh-huh.
verse 2. I am the Lord thy God,
Uh-huh.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Uh-huh.
out of the house of bondage.
Now this is the Most High God speaking. You understand? He's saying, listen, I'm God, and I'm the one that brought you out of the land of bondage. I did that. We can sit there and think we did it. Any situation you've been in your life, you can think you got your way out of it. You slick talked your way out of it or fought your way out of it. Now the Lord have mercy on you. He brought you out of that. You understand? He's just reminding us on how powerful and strong and mighty he really is. Now we're reading this straight. We're reading the words as we see them. You understand? We don't use the word God, in here. You know what I'm saying? We say Yahweh, the power. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we say in here. But for those brothers and sisters that maybe just tuning in or just listening, we're gonna read it as we see, so you can comprehend what we're talking about. You understand? So right now, the Most High God is reminding us how damn strong He is. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Now, He said you should have no other gods. Now, if you're following along, you can read in the King James Version. That's lowercase gods.
Right.
You understand? Those lowercase gods. Those are minions. It's little miniature little gods that you might serve. Caesar Borgia, Allah, Muhammad, Buddha, or whatever other garbage is out there. You understand? Taurus, Scorpio, Virgo, or whatever sign you are. All that garbage that you may subscribe to. You should have no other gods. None. This is what God said. I'm not making this up. This is what God said. You can read it. You can read it right here. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 3, King James Version. You understand? This is what God's saying. Read it again.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
No graven images. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing you're gonna hike up and then sit there and worship. People try to say that the shield of David that we wear, that's a graven image. We don't worship this.
Right.
We don't worship this. This is just a representation. So when you see this, you know who the hell we are.
Right.
This is a signal. When you see this, you know who the hell I am and you know who I'm with. That's it. You understand? That's what that is.
Right.
I'm sure a police officer doesn't worship his badge. You know what I'm saying? Or a firefighter, he doesn't worship his badge and this, that, and the other. You understand? Ain't about worshiping. We don't worship this. We wear this as a representation. Now, do you worship that Christian cross? Yes, you do.
Right.
Because you take it and do that whole thing with your head and your shoulders and all of that garbage. You worship that thing. You kiss it and you wear it for good luck and think it's going to bring you blessings and bring you protection and this, that. That's what you think in your stupid, dumb, ignorant mind, in your Christian mind. Because all the religions I just mentioned before, they're all Christians.
Right.
Some are just extreme Christians. Some are weed head Christians. Some are sage burning, meditating Christians. They're all Christians. It's all Christian. All of them. It's all Christian. You understand? But you shouldn't have no graven images. You understand? Nothing that you're going to properly just worship and just love and cherish and think that this rabbit foot's going to bring you good luck.
Right.
Or this raccoon hat or whatever you got on your dumb head is going to bring you this good luck and this, that, and the other. We don't have no graven images. Go ahead.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
Yeah, you can't have no pictures of God. You don't know what God looked like. You don't know none of that. You can't have none of them pictures, none of that, worshiping that and sitting there. Oh, that's Saint Anthony. Who the hell is Saint Anthony?
Right.
Who's that? No, that's Saint Vincent. No, there's got to stop with the garbage. You understand? Pictures of white babies in Pampers.
Right.
They got Huggies on, shooting arrows. Some of them got Huggies. Someone butt naked, shooting arrows and all of this and looking crazy as hell. And people look at this as being just the creme de la creme, as holy as it gets. You understand? These fake images. Keep going.
or that is in the earth beneath.
Yeah, none of that. Can't do any of that garbage either. For those that like to worship things under the ground.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You can't do that either. That's garbage. God said no other gods. The Most High said no other gods. He said it, not me. I'm just reciting what he said. Keep going.
Or that is in the water under the earth.
You understand that? Keep going.
Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them,
Mm-hmm.
nor serve them.
So when you go to Mecca on your journey, okay, and you walk around that big cobblestone that what they say it fell out the sky or something, it perfectly squared.
Meteorites.
Yeah, the meteorite, that perfectly squared thing fell right there with a foundation and everything. It fell right there in the middle of that sand, perfect. Landed on its feet like a cat. And as you circle around that thing and tongue kiss it,
Right.
God don't want you to do that. Now, them other people, the heathens, they can go ahead and do that. One day they won't do that no more either. But for now, go ahead. That's their thing. But you so-called black and Hispanic man, you so-called Native American man, woman, and child, you are not to do that.
Right.
You are the children of God. You are the 12 tribes of Israel. You are prohibited for doing some stinking, filthy, nasty, despicable garbage, such as bowing down to another God.
Right.
Or bowing down to some image. You understand? That image is not the reason why you gave birth to them beautiful children.
Right.
That image is not the reason why you're living your life and you continue to move on. But serving that image is the reason why you might be living in hell.
Right.
Why you might be going through some stuff right now. Serving that image or the images and there's so many of them, you won't even know you serving. But you're serving that weed, serving that Caucasian Christ. You understand? You're serving that garbage, serving another doctrine that's throwing you off and messing you all up. You're serving so many things that you don't even know. You're serving that pork. You're serving all that stuff. You're serving society. You got to get it shape up. I got to get it all lined up and all crisp and looking cute.
Right.
You understand? That's not serving God. You're serving it. Some of you just serve yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And maybe that's why you're living in hell. You understand? That's why you're living in hell. Because you're not serving the Most High God. You're not serving the Most High God. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, God. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
Say it again.
Am a jealous
The
God.
Most High God said he's a jealous God. He's jealous. And you know what can happen when somebody gets jealous? Somebody can get hurt.
Right.
Somebody can get hurt tremendously. You understand? Most High God's telling you right now, he's a jealous God. He wants all your attention. So while you serve LeBron James and serve hip hop music or whatever, I'm not saying don't watch it and look at it, participate in it. I'm not saying that. But you know, if Philip down the block dies, it's like, yeah, well, he was smoking crack anyway, you know, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant died in a car crash, everybody upset.
Right.
I mean, a plane crash, everybody just, no. And of course, it's a horrible thing. Nobody want to, go out that way, and it's a terrible thing. But Kobe Bryant ain't no more important than the brother down the block that ain't got no shirt and no shoes on, and he died.
Right.
He actually died from being frostbitten from living outside in the wintertime, and nobody took the time to want to help him. I think that's worse than living the life of a millionaire for 20-something years. You understand? People serve these type of people. When I say serve, I mean they just serve the fact that they have money,
right,
and luxury and things of that nature. You understand? Well, God wants you to serve him the same way you serving all these celebrities. The same way you down for that hot girl summer and all that. You better be down to serve the Most High God.
That's right.
You understand? The way you love them, that red color and that blue color and the GDs and Vice Lords or whatever other gangers out there, the way you love them and serve them, God wants your attention. God wants you to serve him, or you're going to die too.
Right.
That's simple and plain. Simple and plain. Let's keep going.
Okay. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children upon the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
You understand? That means, and you and not serving Most High God, all you're doing is messing your children up. Right. All we're doing is just destroying our children by you being a wicked, disgusting, filthy bastard that refuses to sacrifice your life for the Most High God.
Right.
When he said he's going to destroy you and your kids. And your kids' kids and your kids' kids. We're going to face these curses. We're facing them right now.
Right.
We're facing them right now. You don't think this is real? You ever heard of slavery and all of that back in the day? Are we not still suffering from that?
Right.
You understand? Most High God don't play that. That's why we serve the God that we serve. You can look at the title. I'm not even going to repeat it. Read the title real close. You know what God we serve. And he's a real one too. He's a real one. He's telling you straight to your face what he's going to do if you do this. It don't get no realer than that, do it?
Right.
Don't get no realer than that. He ain't stinking you. He ain't coming up behind you and hitting you in the back of your head with a bottle, nothing like that. He's telling you straight to your face, I'm going to do this if you do this. I mean, who don't want to serve a God like that? That's straightforward and to the point, right in your face. Now, you could take it for a joke if you want. You could take it for a joke. You could take it for a joke. Well, I don't see him. Well, you going to feel him, nigga.
Right.
You going to feel him. Let's keep going. What verse is that?
We finished verse 5, it's verse 6, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 6, and showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me.
He's going to show mercy on the thousands that love him. Out of millions of people, he's going to show up to how many? Thousands, go ahead.
Of them that love me.
He's going to show mercy to the thousands of them that love him. And how do you know you love him? Keep going.
And keep my commandments.
That's how he knows he loves him.
Right.
That's how he knows of those thousands that love him, because they keep his commandments. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you know you love God. That's how you know you serve God, the real God. Not that God in your mind that, oh, Jesus, thank you for this new job. Not that trash. Not that. And thank you for your brand new car, like you in the Wheel of Fortune, some goddamn where the price is right. Oh, good. Thank you for this brand new car, God. This brand new Sentra. Yeah, okay. We don't serve that kind of God. We serve God, a God that gives orders. We take them and fulfill them.
Right.
That's the God we serve. That's the God. We serve a God that serves pain and we eat it like toast. That's the God we serve. You understand? With dedication and desire and discipline and hunger. That's the God we serve, man. Let's keep pushing on, all right? Let's go to Leviticus real quick.
Come, sir.
Leviticus 26. Let's go there and see what's happening over there. All right? Once again, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commander Junior Hanna. We've been doing this since 1969, and we're going to continue to do it. We're going to continue to do it until Christ returns.
That's right.
All right?
What verse?
We're going to start at verse 1.
Come on. Leviticus chapter 26, verse 1. Ye shall make no idols nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image.
Understand? This once again, these scriptures are going to be somewhat repetitive. You understand? Which is a good thing, because you know this is real. You're going to keep saying the same damn thing, telling to your face straight again. Shouldn't have no graven images or put no images up in the air and worship these images, man. People do that with a Christmas tree. They worship that Christmas tree.
Right.
They put balls on it and lights and an angel at the top of it and put gifts underneath it, and they love that tree. Some people go buy a real Christmas tree and water it, take care of it. You understand what I'm saying? Vacuum up all that leaves or flakes or whatever it is, dropping on the goddamn carpets and then sweeping it all up and vacuuming it all up, and the house smelling like pine, all of that. People love that. They worship that stuff.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, there's some countries where people go and they stand in line and go kiss a statue's feet of a so-called Mary.
Right.
Or Caesar Brazil. They sit there and kiss the feet and they love it. And oh my God, look, his eyes are bleeding. Like somebody didn't go put some props or something in that statue's eyes and make the eyes bleed. Oh my God, look, his eyes are bleeding and this, that, and other. I mean, come on, man. A lot of garbage going on out here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of goddamn garbage going on out here. That they're kissing his feet, kissing the statue's feet, and all of that. In Brazil, they got a big statue.
Right.
I think it's supposed to be Caesar Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Got a big statue sitting up there. I think it's Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Big old statue up there. They love it. You understand? That's why there's so much goddamn murder going on out there, because that big, stupid, dumb, graven image they got sitting up over the whole goddamn city.
Right.
I don't know what city. I don't know, San Paulo, one of them cities out there. You understand? I know it's in Brazil. And they serve these upright images and so forth and so on. It's disgusting, man. And this is why we dying at such a high rate. And it's not just black on black crime or Latino crime or vice versa, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of cancer and abortions and AIDS and all overdose. And that fentanyl is whooping ass. You understand? That fentanyl is undefeated. Fentanyl is absolutely undefeated. Right. They're gonna start putting that fentanyl in that marijuana that you keep blowing, that you keep smoking all the way down to the roach, making your lips just as black as night. You understand? That's what's going on out here, man. Let's keep reading what you got, brother.
Come on. Neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land.
Yep, you can't worship that stone out in Mecca. You can't walk around it and tongue kissing and licking and slurp on it after this man just did it.
Right.
You understand? You can't do it. God said it, not me. It's right here. Keep going.
To bow down unto it.
You understand? And that's what they do. Don't they go bow down and beat their heads against it and all that other garbage? You know what I'm saying? And them Arabs, they can, you know, the other Middle Eastern people, they can go ahead and do whatever they want to do. Go ahead and beat your head and up against a stone and fly on your carpet and tell Aladdin we all said what's up. We like the show. For you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you can't do that.
Right.
For you brothers that sitting there and putting peroxide and all that all on your bed and your hair to make it red and looking crazy as all hell. You know what I'm saying? You can't, that's not for you. That's not your culture. That's not the God that chose you. You understand? I don't know why you waste your time serving Allah. Why don't you just go serve Spider-Man or Batman or Superman or Flash Gordon or something? Go pick a comic book character and just worship that, because that's what Allah is, just a character.
Right.
And it got you thinking that, you know, you can walk around this cubic square stone. You can walk around and take your tongue and wash your tongue up against it, and you're gonna be blessed, nigga. You're going to die.
Right.
And not only you putting so much pressure and pain all on your family and everything else. You ever see somebody in the streets that they get into some type of beef or something, and then whatever opposition or whatever enemy or whatever the so-called enemy that they going against, they'll come and shoot their mother's house up?
Right.
That's what people that serve other gods do. All you're doing is setting your family up to get their house destroyed. And it's all because of you. And your filthy, disgusting choices to turn your back on the one and only God and serve some other God that satisfies your stinking, ashy lust and your stinking, ashy flesh. You understand? That's the God you chose, that serves your flesh, makes you happy, fills your belly, and gets your nut off. You like that. That's for you. Well, God's going to destroy you. Let's keep going.
Okay. For I am the Lord your God.
He said it. He's said it again. He's reminding you on who he is. You understand? He's reminding you. Let's go to Psalms.
Okay.
Psalms 115. All right, go to Psalms 115 real quick. Like I said, you can read the title. You see what the title is. Just reminding y'all who we serve in here, and reminding you on who you serve, because you're weak, and you're wibbled, and fragile, and scary. And in UPK, we are not. We're the total opposite of whatever you think you are. We're the total opposite. You understand? Because we serve a real God.
Right.
You understand? A living God that delivers us from wars, that delivers us all from obedience, not because of our money, not because of our physical stature, not because of our so-called status, not because of none of that garbage, all because we serve him with diligence and dedication and desire and discipline, and we serve the Most High God, and we do his will and his will only, not ours.
Right.
The hell with me. I serve the Most High God. You understand? Because I was taught by the men above me in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge how to be a real man of God.
Right.
Not no tambourine banging, switching up and down the goddamn aisle, flaming, organ playing, ming dancing, choir directing, funny guy. You understand? Not that guy. He don't serve God. He don't serve God. He serves himself. He serves his flesh, and then he acts like he serves God by sitting there praying to that Caucasian Christ sitting next to the picture of Martin Luther King and John F. Kennedy up in his grandmother's hot house. You understand? We don't serve that God. Let's read what you got. Leviticus, Psalms chapter 115. Let's start at verse. Let's see. Hold on. Let's start at verse 1. We'll start there.
Come on, come, sir. Psalms chapter 115, verse 1. Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory.
That's right.
For thy mercy and for thy truth's sake.
That's who gets all the glory, no matter what. Is the Most High God. He gets all the glory. Nigga, you ain't doing nothing. You can lift as much weight as you want. You can do CrossFit, cross training, Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu. You can do whatever you want. UFC, MMA, boxing, kickboxing, whatever. You can do all of that. You think you win because it's you? You win because the Most High God is allowing you to win.
Right.
You understand? Now, if you want to be a forever winner, then you serve the Most High God.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You serve the Most High God. All the glory goes to the Most High God. All of it. Nobody should praise you for a goddamn thing.
Right.
There's nothing new in the sun. You ain't the first nigga and you ain't the last. You understand? So all the glory. How do you give God the glory? How do you give him the glory? By being obedient. That's how you give him the glory. Being obedient and serving him. Serving him. Whatever he wants, you better give it. Whatever he wants. Serve. That's how you give him the glory. You understand? That's how you illuminate him. You understand? And in giving God the glory, do you know what he'll give you in return? Life. A life that you do not even deserve.
Right.
For years you were a whore. For years you were a drug addict, a drug dealer, a whoremonger, a robber. For years. You understand? For all the years that you were doing wicked and nasty, you better times that by 10 serving the Most High God.
Right.
And that's little. And that's a light amount. You understand? All the glory goes to the Most High God, not you, sucker. Keep going.
Come on, come. And for thy truth's sake. Verse 2. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their God?
Now, that's what they might say to us now. They might see that we down and out, living in certain situations, certain neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Some might have their own apartment, some may not. Some may be in the shelter. You know what I'm saying? Some might be renting a room. Some might have a sleep on the couch of their aunt's house, or whatever the case may be. Some might be in the hallway, in the staircase sleep. Who knows? But when you serve the Most High God, they're gonna sit there and try to analyze, where's your God now? Ain't looking too good. Where's your God now? That's what they might say, which is fine. Laugh now, cry later. You understand? Keep going.
I'm gonna come verse 3. But our God is in heaven.
That's right.
He have done whatsoever he have pleased.
Yeah, he do what he please. That's it. He do what he please. Whatever your situation is, that's what the Most High God wanted. That's that. I'm not saying don't keep on pushing to make things better, but in order to make things better, it's not working more hours of overtime. It's not I'm gonna go in early. I'm gonna go ahead and kiss the supervisor's butt. I'm gonna go ahead and let me bring the teacher an apple. It's not that. To push through in a bad situation is to continue to serve God.
Right.
That's how you push through. That's how you get through. You understand? And then guess what? He'll put you in another situation that he's pleased with, that he is pleased with. Not you. Not you. Lord, please let me get this job. He might not want you to have that job. He's going to put you where he's pleased with you at. And you better accept it and learn to deal with it. You understand? Now, if you want something different, then keep on serving the Most High God then. Maybe he will, but then again, maybe he won't.
Right.
It's whatever pleases him. In order for him to be pleased, what you got to do? Serve him.
Right.
That's what you got to do. That's life. Serve him. Make him pleased. Provoke him. Keep going.
I'm gonna come verse 4. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of man's hands.
You understand? They love silver and gold. They love money and luxury. Living in a lap of luxury, all that garbage. They like that. What was that show that Caucasian man? They used to come on there. Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Right.
They love that. You understand? That's what people they worship that. They kill over it. They're dedicated to that. To live in a lavish lifestyle, getting money, do anything for the money, anything. You understand? That's idol worship.
Right.
You understand? That dollar bill, that could be a graven image.
Right.
Gotta look into that. That could be a graven image. Because people damn sure worship them dollar bills.
Right.
They call the Benjis and all of that. Blue faces. They worship that. That's the whole conversation. What it's all about. They ain't got a goddamn thing in their pocket, but boy, go ahead.
And a rapper Blueface got a tattoo of Benjamin Franklin down on his face.
Ain't that something? Got a picture of a oppressor
Right.
on his face.
Right.
Ain't that something? That's horrible.
Right.
That's what our people have come to, man. Got an oppressor. Probably don't even know the history on Benjamin Franklin.
Right.
Got an oppressor tattooed on his face. His face. You understand that? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I pray that brother get it together.
Right.
Where's he from? California, ain't he? He's from out there somewhere, I believe. Yeah, well, whatever state's he in, please call the nearest captain or officer that's near you, brother, and get your life right. And so you can't do nothing about that Caucasian on your face now. But get your life right. And for all of you young people out there that may be paying attention, don't go out there and get no tattoos on your face. Don't get no tattoos, period.
Right.
But specifically, don't get no goddamn oppressor on your face. You understand? I guess that represents the blue face money. This is terrible. This is what our kids have come to, man. Let's keep going, bro.
So I'm gonna come verse 5. They have mouths, but they speak not.
Yeah, they got a mouth, but they ain't talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't talking about a goddamn thing. They got a mouth, though. They got a mouth. It works. It's functional. But nothing comes out their mouth. Nothing but vanity.
Right.
Everything they speak of is just vain, and it makes no damn sense. Nobody wants to hear it. You want to say, shut up. That's what you want to say. You understand? They got mouths, but they ain't saying nothing. Just like your Christian pastor, you got a mouth. He ain't saying nothing.
Right.
In some cases, your Christian pastor's a she. She damn sure ain't saying nothing.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? She ain't saying a goddamn thing. Your imam what's the father, your father in the Catholic Church, they ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Your friend that's smoking weed and eating pork skins and all that, he ain't saying nothing, or she ain't saying nothing.
Right.
Your bisexual friend or the freak that likes to go both ways and all that, they ain't saying nothing. Them fake Israelite camps out there that's out there murdering and beating up their own people and so forth and so on, they ain't saying nothing. They got a mouth, but they ain't saying nothing. Keep going, brother.
Eyes have they, but they see not.
Yep. They don't see. They don't have a spiritual eye.
Right.
They can see though. They see that car's coming. They know not to cross the street and so forth and so on. But they don't have a spiritual eye. Because if they did, they wouldn't be so nasty and disgusted and hateful and full of rage and jealousy and envy. They wouldn't be full of that stuff if they could see. You understand? They wouldn't be quick to anger if they could see. They wouldn't backbite and backstab and gossip and lie and do these things if they could see. But they can't see. But they have eyes though. Keep going.
Verse 6. They have ears, but they hear not.
They don't hear a goddamn thing. We try to tell them the truth, sure, don't we?
Right.
Try to tell them the truth. They got ears. They can hear what we're saying, but they can't hear what we're saying. You understand? They can't hear it. They can't see it. They can't hear it. Nothing. You understand? This is what it is to not serve the Most High God.
Right.
People that don't serve the Most High God, they don't serve the God that we serve. They don't serve that God in the title of this class. They don't serve that God.
Right.
They serve some other God. Therefore, they can't see, they can't hear, they can't do a damn thing. It's almost like, why the hell do they even exist? Keep going.
Noses have they, but they smell not.
They can't smell nothing either. These people are numb. Their senses are absolutely numb.
Right.
Their spirits have been injected with Novocaine. They're just numb. They're just here. They're just the walking dead, like zombies. You understand? Like some goddamn zombies. Keep going.
Verse 7. They have hands, but they handle not.
Yeah, they can't hold nothing. Go ahead.
Feet have they, but they walk not.
Yeah, they don't walk. They walk in the wrong direction. They don't know how to walk in the right direction.
Right.
But they got feet though. You understand? Keep going.
Neither speak they through their throats.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them.
You understand? And if you deal with these people that serve these other gods and all of that, then you just like them.
Right.
You understand? I'm not saying you can't be cordial or be at a job and be a coworker or something like that. But if you tolerate this stuff and allow this stuff to be around you and all of that, then you're just like them.
Right.
You understand? I know people that don't smoke cigarettes, but they ain't with people that smoke cigarettes. They know people that smoke. They got family that smoke cigarettes. But you know what that family cannot do? You cannot smoke in this house.
Right.
You got to go outside. You got to step off. You can't accept that because if you say, yeah, go ahead, you can spark one up, then that means it's okay to smoke.
Right.
It's okay. No, it's not okay. You have to step outside my house.
No.
You can't do that here. All that weed smoke, you got to go.
Right.
Go. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that's not tolerated. You understand what I'm saying? If you keep yourself around certain people, then after a while, through your actions, you're going to say, whatever they're doing, it's okay to do.
Right.
We don't do it in the UPK. You understand? That's not how we live our lives.
That's right.
All right, let's move on a little bit. Let's go to the book of Daniel.
All
right. Book of Daniel, and we're going to go to chapter 3. And we're going to show them how we live here in the UPK and how we encourage our brothers and sisters to live out there. It's in the time is now. The time is now to not be a coward.
Right.
You understand? I'm talking to my brothers and my sisters. The time now is to not be a coward. The time now is stand up and gird up your loins. That's what time it is right now. You done tried everything else. It did not work. You understand? You tried it your way. It did not work. You tried it their way. It did not work.
Right.
You tried it y'all way. It did not work. Now, let's try it the Most High God's way. The real Most High God. The one that's in this title. Let's try it his way. You ain't tried that yet. I dare you to try it, and let's see if it works. Let's see if you want to do a whole 720 in your life. You're going to turn around. You're going to turn your life around twice. You understand? And that's just the beginning. Let's give a brief example real quick on how we serve the Most High God in the UPK. Let's read what we got real quick.
Come on, Khan.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Let's start at verse. Let's go to start at verse 16.
Come on, Khan. Daniel chapter 3, verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
Now, they're being questioned right now. If you give a quick back on the story, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they're being brought down to Nebuchadnezzar because, Nebuchadnezzar put out an order for, everybody to, serve their gods, serve the gods that he told them to serve. The same way America does with our people now, where they're going to make you serve Caucasian Christ. They're going to make you serve that.
Right.
They're going to make that the highlight of America, and you better serve. You better wear a cross and this, that, and the other. Don't you know that people, when they see black people or Latino people, they automatically think they Christians.
Right.
Latino brothers and sisters, they Catholic, and the so-called blacks, they Baptists. Right. That's just like a given right there. You know what I'm saying? They automatically think that. But when they see you serve a black God, you rocking your beard and your boots and your braids, and you all hardcore and all of that with your studs and your fringes swinging all crazy. You understand what I'm saying? You really study this Bible, really know what you're talking about? That is against what the king says.
Right.
The king didn't say, whoa, what's this?
Right.
Oh, there must be a hate group. You know what I'm saying? There must be something going on here. Because the king didn't say to do this.
Right.
So we go against the grain.
That's right.
We go against the grain. And we're going to read about some brothers that went against the grain. The king told them to serve the God he said to serve. And these three brothers said, we're not careful to answer in this matter. What does that mean? We're not worried. We're not worried. You asking us a question, we're going to give you the goddamn truth. We're not worried about nothing in this matter.
Right.
Read that part again.
Come on, God. We are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
We're not worried about answering this question. We'll answer you straight up. You understand? That's the spirit in the UPK. We'll answer you straight up. You understand? Let me tell you something out there. Rock your shield to work.
That's right.
Rock your shield to work. Don't be ashamed of who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Rock your sisters, rock them beautiful headscarves, head wraps you be wearing. Brothers, rock your war band. Rock it. This is your culture. This is who you are. Ain't nobody saying nothing to the musty people over in the Middle East rocking them turbans.
Right.
Nobody saying none of them.
Right.
They rocking them turbans with them big nasty beards with bed bugs in them, and they musty.
Right.
And they go right up into work.
Right.
And get on that phone and go tell somebody how much money they owe. You understand what I'm saying? Be who you are. Don't be careful in this matter, because these brothers was not. You understand? Read it one more time, just that part.
Come on, God. We are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
We ain't worried about answering you. We're going to tell you the absolute direct truth.
That's right.
We serve a black God. Yeah, we the chosen people of God. Yeah, we the Israelites. Yeah, that's who we are. Hell no, I'm not bowing down to you. Hell no. not doing that. Well, let's see what happened further. Keep reading, brother.
Come on, God. Verse 17. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace.
Now, they about to get thrown in the fiery furnace. And they're saying, listen, damn that. We still going to keep it real and tell you the truth. Because our God will deliver us from out of that.
Right.
That ain't nothing. That's a fire that you kindled up and that you made. You understand? That's the same thing with any problem you face in life. Damn that problem.
Right.
You understand? The Most High God will deliver you from any problem it is. Just serve Him. Trust Him. You understand? Trust Him. Why wouldn't you trust Him? You sitting there breathing out your goddamn big nose in your mouth. He can stop that at the blink of an eye, but He's not. So you should trust Him. You should trust Him because He can stop it any time. But He hasn't done it. So I trust Him. Every little breath I'm taking, I got to trust Him. I trust Him. The air's coming out my body. I don't even deserve it. Oh, yeah, I trust Him. I trust Him. So any problem that you're in, He'll take you right up out of it. He'll get you out of it. Or you're going to have to go through it, and He'll still get you out of it.
Right.
One way or another. You understand what I'm saying? And these brothers believe that. Not only did they believe it, they knew it. They knew it. I don't believe my name is Shalayala. I know my name is Shalayala. I know it. And that's how you gotta serve the Most High God. You got to know the Most High God will do it. Not I think He will. He should. I hope so. I wish He would. And all this other stupid, dumb, soft, tender, moist language I'll be using when it comes to the Most High God. I know the Most High God to get me through it. It might hurt. It might burn. I might bleed. But I'm going to get through it.
Right.
The same way these brothers knew they would get through it. Keep going, brother.
Come on, God. And we, Slakia, and He will deliver us out of thine hand. O King.
Go ahead. And it's still represent. It's still saying King.
Right.
Still being cordial. And telling you to kiss them out butt at the same time.
Right.
You understand? Now, let's read verse 18. Let's see what these brothers said that are about to get thrown in the fiery furnace. That's about to burn. That's about to lose their life. Because they refused to bow down to the God that the king said to serve.
Right.
They refused to bow down to the God Donald Trump and them that said to serve. They refused to bow down to George Washington's God, Benjamin Franklin's God, Thomas Jefferson's God, the Ku Klux Klan's God. They refuse to bow down to the slave master's God. They refuse to do it.
Right.
They refuse. They refuse. Let's see what they said. Go ahead.
Verse 18. But if not, be it known unto thee, O King, that we will not serve thy God.
Say it again.
We will not serve thy God.
We ain't serving Caucasian Christ in here. Say it again.
We will not serve thy God.
We don't sit there and worship that white woman they call Mary. We don't do that. Say it again.
We will not serve thy God.
We don't know about St. Anthony. Say it again.
We will not serve thy God.
No, we don't know about St. Vincent. Say it again.
We will not serve thy God.
Yeah, we don't serve these guys. We don't serve none of that.
Right.
And we will not do it. And they know they're about to get burned up. They know that, don't they?
Right.
And they said, we will not serve those gods. Go ahead.
Nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Yeah, we're not worshiping none of that. We just read previously about golden images and idol worship and all of that. This has been going on.
Right.
And they said, we ain't serving that. I ain't walking around no rock, kissing no rock. I ain't sitting there kissing this statue's feet either. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go melt in this fiery furnace. That's what I'm going to do.
Right.
I'm going to go melt. You understand? I'm going to go in here and just melt and wither away. Because I ain't serving no stinking, filthy, disgusting God that my oppressor told me to serve.
Right.
That trying to whip me into serving. Force me into serving. Got me sitting in court, losing kids, losing jobs and everything else because I refuse to serve this stinking, filthy oppressor's gods. You understand? Now, you know how soft you are? You're going to bow down to it. Because you're scared of the fire. Because you're scared of the fire. So you're going to go to church, hallelujah, Lord, Lord. And you know it's garbage. That's it. How many times I've seen Miss Shirley sitting up in the church, having the holy, they call it the Holy Ghost, right. Shaking all of that, wig slide on down her face. After church, you know what you're gonna do? Go buy a couple of grams of some crack.
Right.
That's all.
That's right.
She smoked crack. That's it. You see Miss Pat over there, she sniffs coke. Yep, that's what she's doing. And she's coming in here trying to, I guess she's trying to rinse her nose out or something. I guess she's coming to get some holy water to rinse her nose out or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? But at church, trust me, they're going to be outside doing the damn thing.
Right.
But in here, we are going to serve our God even if we got to go through the fire.
That's right.
Even if we got to melt. You understand what I'm saying? Even if we got to melt, we're going to serve the Most High God. You understand what I'm saying? It's in the scriptures, you know. That's what we're going to do. All right? So big up to them brothers for holding strong. I pray that my brothers and sisters out there that's listening, I pray that you stand strong like that as well. Because guess what? The fire will come.
Right.
And you're going to see if you're going to stand for it or not. Or if you're just talking. If you're just talking. I'm not much of a big talker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not much of a big talker. I'm teaching this class, but I have to. You understand what I'm saying? But when the fire comes, we'll see who's who. We'll see what's what. You understand? Now, let's move on a little forward with that. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. We're going to go to chapter 6.
Come.
And we'll start at verse 1, chapter 6.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
You understand? We're taught these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? This is something that's embedded in us, something that was given to us, given to the seeds of Jacob. You understand what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing. That's in what Psalms 147. You understand? We can get that in a little while. You understand what I'm saying? These laws are given to us, to you so-called Black and Hispanic man, Native American man, woman, and child. You understand? This is for us. We should cherish it. This is something specific that was given to us and nobody else. And the laws are not grievous. It's not here to hurt us or harm us or throw us off. This is here to elevate us and pick us up over everybody on the face of the goddamn earth.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
But on God, verse 2, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God.
Now, what does that mean, fear the Most High God? That means to hold him to the utmost respect. You understand? To the utmost respect. You don't never want to disappoint him. You don't never want to dishonor him, shame him. Never. You want to hold him to the utmost respect. The utmost. You understand? That's how you show fear for the Most High God. Be obedient to him. If he say jump, you just say, how high, my Lord? You go left, yes, my Lord. Go right, yes, my Lord. That's what you do. Keep going.
To keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son.
And who?
Thou and thy son.
You keep the laws and your son. How your son gonna teach you to keep the laws? First, you got to see you doing it, and you got to teach him how to do it.
Right.
You understand? But actions speak louder than words. You got to see you doing it, and not just your son, but go ahead, who else's son?
And thy son's son.
Oh, and your son's son. Oh, this is a generational thing. You got to spread this thing like wildfire through the family.
Right.
You understand? And I know we can do it because crack spread through the family quite easily.
Right.
Heroin spread through the family quite easily. That gangbanging garbage, that slid down to the family tree quite easily. So why don't we try something different? Why don't we try to serve the Most High God and let that go through the family tree just as easy as Blood and Crippen did?
Right.
Why don't we try that? Just as much as that cocaine and heroin and crack and weed and dust and K2 and pill popping and syrup drinking, and while all of that flowed right through the family tree, why don't we try something new?
Right.
Why don't we try to serve the Most High God and let that flow through the family tree? See how good that tree really grows. Keep going.
All the days of thy life,
Uh-huh.
and that thy days may be prolonged.
Oh, your days will be prolonged.
Right.
If we let God's commandments flow down the family tree, those days will be prolonged. That'll be a nice strong tree. You know, there's some trees you go out in the forest or something, the tree looks big and just a big, massive tree.
Right.
But what you don't know is on the inside of that tree, it's hollow. And when a good gust of wind comes, that tree's going to blow away like a goddamn leaf.
Right.
As big as it is, it's hollow on the inside. And it's not going to last the storm. Now, following the Most High God, serving the Most High God, teaching your kids and his kids and his kids and his kids on how to serve the Most High God, be obedient to the Most High God, how to fear the Most High God, your tree won't be hollow. Your tree will be strong, and it can withstand the storm. Keep going.
Going on. Verse 3. Hear therefore, O Israel,
Uh-huh.
and observe to do it,
Uh-huh.
that it may be well with thee,
Go ahead.
and that ye may increase mightily.
You understand? Israel will increase mightily.
Right.
Most High God will allow us to increase mightily. All we got to do is just serve him. Is it really that hard not to eat pork? Is it that hard not to steal? Not to kill? Not to gossip? Not to sleep with your man's wife? Not to cheat on your husband?
Right.
Sleep with a whole other man? That's hard to do? I mean, it's hard being a liar. Because once you lie, now you got to keep the lie going. That's hard.
Right.
You're gonna be a liar. I didn't steal that. I was over at Jimmy's house. You at Jimmy's house? Yeah, I was over at Sean's house. You just said Jimmy. You know what I mean? Lying, you're gonna get caught up in your lie eventually.
Right.
To live a life of a filthy, disgusting, stinking, dishonorable liar, you might as well just be a morally right person. Just be morally right. You don't have to worry about lying.
Right.
Don't steal. Don't kill. Don't gossip. Don't backbite. Don't bear false witness.
Right.
Don't do these things. That's all. Don't worry about it. You don't got to eat no pork. You got lamb and chicken and beef, goat. You got a whole bunch of things out here. Go on a damn Mediterranean diet or something. There's plenty of things out here to eat.
Right.
You got to eat pig ass. You got to do it.
Right.
I mean, come on. You got to do it. No, you don't have to do that. You just want to fill your filthy, disgusting, worm-infested belly. Go ahead and read it.
Come on. As the Lord God of thy fathers have promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey.
Yeah, we're going to increase mightily. You know what I'm saying? In a land full of milk and honey. Milk and honey, that pretty good to me, don't you?
Right.
Right?
Okay.
I think we do. I think we can work towards that. A land full of milk and honey instead of crack vials and needles.
Right. And
pissy staircases and broken elevators and children getting thrown in an incinerator and crushed by their drug-infested, drug-addicted stepfathers or stepmothers. And what I'm saying is true.
Right.
There's boys thrown in incinerators and crushed. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely crushed. You look at some of these crimes out here in New York City. In New York City alone, kids are getting thrown in incinerators. I know kids getting thrown off the roof.
Right.
Thrown off the roof. Mother stabbing them to death because she can't take the crying no more. Stabbed him in the forehead with butcher knives and then putting the baby under the sink, leaving the baby there for days under the sink with the knife still in the forehead. You understand? There's a way out of this, though.
Right.
Serving the Most High God, we can get out of this. We can get out of this. That addiction you facing, we can get out of this. That feeling, well, I'm gonna do this forever. I can't imagine not doing this. You can get out of that. You can fight that and get over that. All you gotta do is serve the Most High God. I'm not saying it's easy. What I'm saying is it's not impossible.
Right.
You understand? You got to learn how to fight, not be a sucker or a chump. I'm talking to brothers and sisters. You understand? Because there's something out there greater waiting for us. All we got to do is serve the Most High God.
Right.
And it's the real Most High God. Not Caucasian Christ. That's not him. That's Caesar Borgia. That's a homosexual. You understand? That's a homosexual man that got painted up there and thrown up there for niggas to believe that that's their God. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
Just one. That's it. And according to the scriptures, Christ is a black man. So Caucasian Christ is out.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Done. Knocked out. Finished. Therefore, if Christ is black, we already know who else is black. Everybody else is black.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When I say black, I'm talking about all the tribes. I'm talking about all the tribes. You understand? I'm not talking about a race. The race is Israelites. That's the race. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying black just for brothers and sisters that might be watching and listening. You understand what I'm saying? For teaching purposes. You understand? We serve a black God. Our God is a black man.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with believing that. Believe in that. Teach your children that.
Right.
Give them a sense of pride. Give them a sense of pride. And why not? I don't believe that. Well, nigga, you believe in Santa Claus.
Right.
You're teaching your kids about Santa Claus, aren't you? He's coming down the chimney, and you ain't got a goddamn chimney. You live in the basement. You got a basement apartment. Who's gonna come in that tiny ass window? He ain't coming in there. Ain't no Santa Claus. You taught your kids about Santa Claus and rabbits laying eggs and all of that. You told them about the tooth fairy. You rip the damn tooth out the mouth and put it on the pillow, and then there's $1 there in the morning. Some of the tooth fairy left it there for you. You teach your kids about a whole bunch of fairy tales, but you won't teach about a real living God.
Right.
One that brings the sun up and sets it and brings the moon up. That throws stars up in the sky. That can stop the water at the beach line right there.
Right.
You don't want to believe in that. You want to believe in Santa Claus because he got a reindeer with a red nose that flies across the goddamn sky and drops off gifts all over the world in 15 minutes. Wake up and stop serving the God that the king's telling you to serve.
Right.
And serve the God that the book that is left here for us to read and to follow and cherish is telling us to serve. You understand? Serve that God. I'm telling you from experience, it's working for me. Is it working for you, Sean?
Oh, God.
I think it's working for everybody. It's working. It seems to be working. You understand? At the end of the day, do what the hell you want. Just trying to sit here and warn you. You understand? Just trying to warn you. Public service announcement. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart.
You're supposed to love with all your heart. What's your heart? According to the scriptures, your mind. You should be thinking in your mind all the time, and what I'm doing right? Does this go against God? Is this following the commandments? Is this wrong? Is this right? That's why you got to call a man of God, get counsel, find out certain things. Don't think on your own. You've been thinking on your own all your life. That's why you sat in the goddamn hole. That's why you were a drug addict, a thief, a lowlife. Okay? You got caught being a criminal, which means you're not a good criminal. So, why don't you try something different, dummy? Try something different to serve the Most High God. with all your heart, which means all your mind. Keep going.
Okay. And with all thy soul.
Go ahead.
And with all thy might.
With all thy what?
Might.
With all your might. You can have muscles busting out of your lips. You understand? It means nothing to Most High God. Your might comes from your spirit. To have the Holy Spirit to serve the Most High God with every inch and fiber of your soul and your spirit. You fight to serve the Most High God, man. You understand? Discipline. Discipline. In order to have good discipline, you need desire. You have to want it. Keep going.
Okay, verse 6. And these words, which I command thee this day, shall be in thine heart.
Yeah. Keep these words in your mind. Brand it in your mind. Go to sleep thinking about it. Have dreams about it. Wake up thinking about it. Shit. People sitting there talking to you, daydreaming. I'm sorry, what you say? Because you're sitting there thinking about, how can I serve the Most High God even more?
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Uh-oh, there it go again. You got to teach it diligently into your children. They might not listen to you, but they didn't say they're going to listen. They said teach them.
Right.
Go ahead.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house.
We're going to talk about these laws. We're going to talk about these rights and wrongs according to Most High God. We're going to sit at the dinner table like the Cosbys and talk about, we ain't going to talk about no gossip. I don't give a damn about what happened with Craig and them down the street. I don't care. We're going to talk about the serving the Most High God. Right. That's what we're going to talk about. This is going to be a conversation. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be like a class. I'm going to sit down and eat and say, any questions? Right. You know what I'm say? All right, let's get it on. Questions? No questions? I eat. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to do things. Now, I ain't saying be a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? Or be a lion in your house. But make this a topic of discussion. You understand what I'm saying? How can we serve the Most High God and make things better? What can we do to serve the Most High God? You understand what I'm saying? That's a good conversation and discussion to have with your family, your children, specifically as they're talking about here. You understand? That's a good conversation to have. Well, how can we serve the Most High God even more? Because they have other conversations at the dinner table. How can they make more money for the rent? How can they make more renovations to the house? How can they make more whatever? You know what I'm saying? How can they get more computers? How can they get more cell phones? How can they get the family plan with the cell phone, the iPhone, and stuff? Why don't we talk about how we can serve God more? What can we do more for God? Is that ever a topic? I doubt it. Well, let's change the culture back. And let's make it a topic. You understand? Let's keep going.
Okay. And when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? That means all the time.
Right.
365 days of the year, 24/7. The Most High God's laws should be on your mind. According to the scripture where it says your heart, that means your mind. It should always be on your mind at all times. Before you say something stupid, you should think. You should think. How would the Most High God feel if I say this? Should I cuss them out? Should I not cuss them out? Should I flick them off? How should I handle this situation? Now, don't get me wrong. The Lord is a man of war, as it says in Exodus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying be soft and weak. That's Christian garbage.
Right.
But whatever move you make, you should think, is this the right move? Am I wrong? Or am I right? Well, what should I do? You think about it. And if you can't figure it out, you call a brother. That's why brotherhood is a weapon. You know what I'm saying? You call a brother. Call for counsel. Call to get it figured out. You understand? Let's go to verse 14 real quick.
Okay. Verse 14. Ye shall not go after other gods.
Say it again.
Ye shall not go after other gods.
Yeah, you can't go after no other gods. You understand what I'm saying? So all that other stuff in your life that you lust for and you just have this desire for, you serve. That's a God that you're serving.
Right.
You love marijuana, that's a God you're serving. You understand what I'm saying? You love pork that much, that's a God you're serving. Anything that goes against the Most High God is a God that you're serving.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Guess what? That stupid birthday of yours, you don't even know it's your birthday. You just know what your mother told you.
That's right.
Just like you didn't know that's your daddy. She told you that was your daddy. Guess what? You found out that's not your daddy. So you don't even know what your birthday really is. Just know what your mother told you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You know she's a goddamn liar. She's been a liar a goddamn life. How you know that's your birthday? You don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Read it again.
Go on. Ye shall not go after other gods.
Go ahead.
Of the gods of the people which are round about you.
Yeah, who's around about us? You know, the Arabs.
Right.
You know, the Caucasian race, the oppressors. You know, the Asians. You know, they're round about us. We can't go after their gods. We can't go after them. We can't serve them. Even though the king is telling us to serve them. When I say the king, I'm talking about this oppressive world's king, not our king.
Right.
But this oppressor who holds himself high like a king, he's telling us to serve these other gods. Serve these other gods. But when you walk around and you know that you're an Israelite, you know that you're chosen people of God, you know what your true heritage is and what your true purpose is here on this earth, and know who you are, they don't want you to do that.
Right.
Now you're going against the oppressive king. You're going against them. You're not serving the gods of the people that's round about you, how you've been taught all your life to do. Islam, that's serving a God of the people that are round about you.
Right.
Being in Christianity, that's serving a God of the people that are round about you. You understand? That's what that is. God said, don't do it.
Right.
Keep going.
Okay. Verse 15. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you.
There you go again. Go ahead.
Lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee.
Go ahead.
And destroy thee from off the face of the earth.
And that's what's going to happen if you serve these other gods. You can sit there and do the whole little thing, cross on your neck and all of that garbage, and walk around that rock and lick on it and all of that other stuff. You can go ahead and you want to go ahead and do it. The Lord is going to destroy you.
Right.
You and these fake Israelite groups doing all your wickedness and nastiness and sitting there twisting up scriptures to fit your agenda. The Lord is going to destroy you.
That's right.
God said it. I didn't say it. He's going to destroy you and wipe you off the face of the earth. Take heed to the warning that he's given us. Everything that he says comes true. Everything he says is real. It's real. I mean, you can't tell yet? What does it take? It takes a real stiff kick in your ass for you to really understand. You got to bleed to understand. See, I don't want to bleed to understand. Huh?
Gunshots.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? What does it take for you to, you know?
Right.
Like you said, does it take gunshots? Does it take stab wounds?
Right.
What does it take for you to understand that this God is real?
Right.
And he's not playing. You gonna serve him or you gonna get served.
Right.
That's that. Bottom line. Keep going.
Verse 16. Ye shall not tempt the Lord your God.
You're playing with him now. Now you're tempted. And scripture says, do not tempt the Lord. That's not the one you want to gamble with, brother. You're going to lose every time. He is the house. You're going to lose. You're not going to win. You don't gamble with the Most High God. You must be out of your rabbit mind. Keep going, brother.
As he tempted him in Massah.
Yes.
Massah.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God.
You gotta diligently keep the command. Diligently. Let's get the definition of diligently, please. If you can, brother, please. Appreciate you, man. Let's get that definition real quick. We're gonna read that real quick. We're gonna close out the class pretty soon.
diligently. Let's get this one quick.
No sweat.
Diligently, in a way that shows care and conscientiousness in one's work or duties.
Right. To show some care, an extreme amount of care. You're supposed to do it diligently. You understand? The same way you take care of your child. You understand what I'm saying? The same way a woman gives birth and you push. She's diligently pushing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She know this child is coming. She held this child for 9 months. She's pushing. She's pushing and breathing. She's doing some diligent work to get this child to come out of her so it can start living life.
Right.
That's how we got to serve the Most High God. We got to breathe and push and keep it going and get it and got it and just don't stop. Just go. Do it diligently. Read it again. Not the definition, but the verse.
Come on. Verse 17. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God.
Yeah, be diligent in doing that. You understand what I'm saying? Show that you care about serving the Most High God. And how do you do it? By doing it in a very aggressive, strong manner.
Right.
Keep going.
And his testimony. And his statutes.
Yep.
Which he hath commanded thee.
He commanded us to do that. He commanded us to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's what we're going to do. Right. Specifically in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
That's what we're going to do. We're just trying to throw you a lifeline. Help you out. See if you want to live life. See if you want a breath of life. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 18. And thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of the Lord.
That's right.
That it may be well with thee.
You understand? We want to do what's good and right in the sight of the Lord. How do we know what's good and right? He let us know. He gave us laws to follow. You understand? He gave us laws to follow. That's how you know you're doing good in the sight of the Lord. And that's just the small part. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
That's just the small part. You understand? Because somebody's like, I keep the law. I ain't hurt nobody. I don't steal. Yeah, but you got a nasty, disgusting, filthy heart. You understand? On the inside, your thoughts are messed up. That's why I said keep the statutes, keep the laws, commandments, statutes. I'm paraphrasing. Keep the commandments on your mind all the time. Keep them on your mind all the time. You understand? Yeah, I know. You keeping the law, statutes, commandments, but when that woman walked down the street, in your mind, you was don't think about how that thing looked like a Clydesdale walking down that street. How it was juicy and you just had all types of freaky, nasty thoughts in your mind. You know, she's married or not. Right. But you keep the commandments. Yeah, but on the inside, you're hollow like that tree. You understand? Keep going.
And that thou mayest go and possess the good land which the Lord sware unto thy father.
You understand? And that's what we got to do. We got a goal, Israel. We got a place that we need to go to and get to.
Right.
So-called Black, Latino, Native American, man, woman, and child. We have a destination that we need to arrive at. And in order to arrive at this destination, we need to keep the Lord's commandments. We need to serve the Most High God diligently. We need to keep it on our minds 24/7, 365. We need to push and love each other and obey the Most High God, and the world will be jealous of us.
Right.
They're already jealous of us, but right now they laugh because they know they infiltrated into our spiritual system where they can serve us other gods and this, that, and the other, and we're gonna follow behind these gods. You understand? Right. Now is the time to close the goddamn door, kick them out. Close the goddamn door and let's fix our house, man.
That's right.
And let's fix our house and build it up and get it right. You understand? They want to be us and they can't be us.
Right.
Even in our worst state, they can never be us. Keep going.
Come on, God. Verse 19. To cast out all the enemies.
Yeah, get away from me. All you filthy, disgusting, nasty, idol worshiping heathens. I'll use that word, heathens. Anyone that's not a so-called black, Latino, or Native American, I'm speaking to you, you filthy, disgusting gutter rat. I'm talking to you. You understand? Say it again.
To cast out all thine enemies.
You gutter rats, get out. Go ahead.
From before thee.
Yeah, get away from me. Go ahead.
As the Lord hath spoken.
Most High God said it's okay to do that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Most High God said it's okay for them to get the hell away from us. Close the door. Let's fix our house. We're going to build our house on these laws. We're going to teach our children. And our children are going to teach their children.
Right.
And their children are going to teach their children. And we're going to be a well-rooted, strong tree that can last any storm.
Right.
And all we got to do is serve the Most High God. That sounds like a fair deal to me.
Right.
All right, Israel, it was a pleasure holding the class down for today. You know what I mean? Lord allow, we'll be back next week. Once again, I'm Priest and Officer 5000 Shalai Yala. I represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, come out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Yohana. You understand? Pay your tithes and make sure that y'all get up to that fire weekend out there, Midwest Fire Weekend out there in Chicago. Big up to Captain Marquardt and the whole crew out there in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Captain DeVormoth out there. You know what I'm saying? All the captains out there holding it down in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but motivation. See their diligence and their dedication to the Most High God is inspiring. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all get out there. If y'all plan to go to the UK, make sure you contact Captain Mashat if you need some assistance with your flights and hotels, or some information regarding that. So make sure you reach out. You know what I'm saying? Once again, pay your tithes. And remember that the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is not affiliated with no other Israelite group. We never have been, and we never ever will be.
That's right.
We serve the Most High God for real. With that, I say shalom, Israel.
Clap it up.
Messiah Christ.
Salam.
Lady.
Salam.
Mm-hmm.